Welcome to the Northwest Iowa Sports Podcast. To the left of me, we have Riley Viss. To the right of me, we have Blake Parks. And let's get right into it, starting with this fun week of games, starting on Thursday because Tuesday games were canceled due to the negative 60-degree wind chill, where no one could barely walk without getting frozen on the ground. But yeah, we start off on Thursday in Hull. We have Boyden Hull taking on Hartley Melvin Sanborn. Boyden Hall won that one 77 to 49. So what are the thoughts Boyden Hall versus HMS?
Boyden Hall was pretty dominant in it. I did not go to that game. I did not look at the stats. But it definitely did not surprise me that Boyden Hall pulled this one away. They were up 23 to 4 at the end of the first.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to come back when you score 4 in the first quarter, and then, I mean, they did win the second quarter, but yeah, when you score 4, it's tough.
Especially on the road.
Yes.
Yeah, it's looking like a pretty solid team game for Boyden Hall. A high scorer was Tanner DeSlaw, the freshman, with 14 points. And yeah, it's kind of what we expected from Boyden Hall, especially against an HMS team. Moving on from that, we have another Thursday night game in Rock Valley. We have Unity Christian taking down Rock Valley 67 to 66.
Yeah, it was a close game, but yeah, Right Valley should have won, especially when it's at home. They're used to the place, so they should have won, but they did not.
Yeah, looking like a pretty good game for Unity Christian. Their leading scorer was Micah, sorry if I get this wrong, Goslinga, with 22 points. And yeah, Unity Christian shot over 50% from their field goals, so that is definitely a factor. Moving on from that game, we have another Thursday night game in Sibley, where MLC Floyd Valley took down Sibley Ocheyedan 61 to 59. Leading scorer for the losing Sibley team, because MLC did not upload their stats to Quick Stats, was Grant Brower with 17 points.
It looked like a great game in the first half, being tied 28-28. Then it was kind of a back and forth all the way to the end.
Yeah, looking like another team game for Sibley. Not a lot of players this week really going off, but teams are doing good, and team game in the Siouxland. So, from the Thursday night games to the Friday night games, we have George Little Rock versus MLC Floyd Valley. George Little Rock took the win 69 to 39, a 30-point win for George Little Rock.
It looked like it was a domination from the start. And when we looked at that one score app, it looked like Roman posted the wrong score. It was 52 to 38. I don't believe it was 52-38. I didn't even score 52. Looked like a typical game. We thought MLC was going to be a little bit more tough, but I guess not.
It was done by halftime, I think, because it was 38 to 15. When you get down by that much from behind George, then it's done.
Another pretty even game from the George Little Rock team. The George Little Rock is known of having more of a team game. Not a lot of it is one player carrying.
Kind of a second half team too, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree that they're a second half team.
Ooh.
But yeah, 13 for 16 for free throws, another big element in that, and George Little Rock's 30-point win. And then we have a Friday night game at Sibley. We have Rock Valley taking down Sibley Ocheyedan in double overtime, 72 to 70.
Rock Valley was so confident and cocky about this one that they didn't even post stats. Must be Schaefer's fault. It was a good win for Rock Valley though. You gotta give it to them, but the fact that it took them 2 overtimes to do it, just gotta wonder how they shot or something. See what was going on with it.
And they didn't look like they seemed to guard Grant Brower. He scored 29 points. That was team high for Sibley. But it looked close at first quarter. It was 10 to 8. And then it was kind of even throughout the whole game. And it looked like Sibley ended up coming back in the fourth quarter and then kind of just stayed close throughout the whole game.
Looked like Grant was scoring all over the court. He had 9 free throws, he had 2 threes, and then he had 7 2-point field goals. So it looked like he was scoring everywhere.
It looks like Sibley really couldn't hit their shots, but they could hit their free throws, but it just was not enough as Rock Valley took the 2-point win. Then we have a Friday night game in Rock Rapids. No stats were posted, but Okoboji took down Central Lyon 83-76.
I don't know if this is a surprise, an upset, or anything. I don't know what the spread was for this game, but looks like your typical bottom of the Siouxland Conference type of game.
And then Okoboji, we're always talking about their long bus rides. But against Central Line, I don't think that bus ride seemed to factor in on the score too much.
Yeah, they're not looking like a lot of defense in this one. Okoboji poured in 83 points, and when you let Okoboji score 83 points on you, you probably deserve to lose.
But when you let Central Line score 76,
yeah, we got bottom of the Siouxland Conference, so anything can happen in that one.
We saw the bottom of the Siouxland Conference championship.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely get to that later. Then we have a Friday night game in Sheldon. We have West Lyon taking the dub over Sheldon 50-42. Looking like West Lyon's top scorer was Jalen Gramstad Jr. put in 21 points.
Well, they went into the fourth quarter tied at 40, and then Sheldon only put up 2 points, and West Lyon put up 10 points, so that was the big difference there.
you definitely can't win games when you're scoring 2 points in the fourth quarter. When that's the quarter you want to lock down and play some excellent defense, but apparently that was what West Lyon was doing.
And another thing for Sheldon, they really couldn't rely on a lot of people here because no one scored in double digits for Sheldon in this one. And yeah, not shooting the ball very well. And yeah, it's what you're going to see at the bottom of the Siouxland.
They were 1 of 4 from free throw as a team.
What a great game for them.
And then heading back to Sheldon on the Saturday night game, this is one that Riley and I attended. It was Sheldon versus
Angel.
Angel went there too. Angel went there too. Sheldon took down Central Lyon 49-47, and yeah, Ty Sudbeck, number 33, that guy was hitting shots all over the place of that game. He was on fire, and yeah, it really came down to the wire in that one.
Yeah, it was fun to watch him. Ty Jr. Ty J, that's you. The end of the game was kind of fun to watch, though. Got to see someone nearly get teed up.
It's always fun when a coach gets a tee.
Yeah, sadly that didn't happen, but I feel like he might have deserved it. But
Definitely.
I did see there was the end of the game. Central Line was shooting free throws, and they missed it, and Sheldon got the rebound, and a couple Central Line players just went out and tackled the guy who grabbed the rebound, and Central Line's coach wanted a jump ball. He didn't get it, and boy was he mad.
We'll try to put the video in the YouTube.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely something to look at with some people agreeing with that call, some people not, but yeah, you be the judge.
Let us know in the comments below.
And then we have another Saturday night game, but no stats. This one was in Milford. George Little Rock took down Okoboji 75-54.
That bus ride didn't seem to bother George Little Rock this year too much.
All right. It's number 2 team in 1A going up against Okoboji. That's probably what you're going to get is a 75-54. George Little Rock taking it big time. And we have one more game to cover for this last week, and that is the Siouxland Conference Game of the Week. Friday night in Hall. This one also had no stats, but Friday night in Hall, Boyden Hall took down Sioux Center 76-69.
I was at that game. You guys were too cool to attend, and it was a fun game to watch. Boyden Hall had probably like a 10 to 15 point lead the whole game, and then Sioux Center made a small comeback in the end, and it was just too late. You know them, they start falling with like 5 minutes left of the game.
Sioux Center is probably the only team that could probably contend with Boyden Hall in the playoffs.
You can definitely see that in the future, but Cade Bleeker can only do so much. He can only get you so far. So that was the scores from last week. Now let's take a look at the Siouxland Conference standings. In first place, we have Boyden Hall, 18-0, 15-0 in the conference. Definitely a team that I can't really see losing, except maybe to North Lynn. But you never know. Then in second, we have George Little Rock, 17-2 overall, 14-2 in the conference. Their only 2 losses coming against Boyden Hall. Then number 3 and third, we have Sioux Center, 12-6 overall and 10-5 in the conference. This is where we're getting into our second tier of the Siouxland. Then we have Rocket Valley. They're at 12-6 and 11-4 in the conference. They're fourth. And then in fifth, we have MLC Floyd Valley, 9-9 overall, 9-7 in the conference. This is where we're getting into our about third. What's it called? Third tier of the Siouxland. MLC starting that off. And then in the sixth place in the Siouxland, we have Sibley Ocheyedan, 8-11, 5-11 in the conference. And then in seventh, we have West Lyon, 5-12 overall, and 5-10 in the conference. Then we're getting to our last tier of the Siouxland, starting with Okoboji. They're 6-13 and 5-11 in the conference. And then in ninth, we have Central Lyon, 4-15 overall, 1-15 in the conference. And then lastly, we have Sheldon, who's 5-14 and 3-13 in the conference. So yeah, a little bit of changes. Central Line went down again, but other than that, not really a lot. And then let's get to the district, starting in Class 1A, District 1.
We should do the rankings.
We should probably do the rankings.
Instead of this, because it's different. But coming out with the first seed in District 1 was Remsen St. Mary's. They're ranked 21st. I'll do District 1, you can do District 2, you can do something else. And then the 2 seed was Lamar's Galen Catholic at the 26th ranked. The 3 seed was number 38, Lawton Bronson. The 4 seed was number 51, Kingsley Pearson. The 5 seed was number 59, Akron. The 6th seed was number 81, Woodbury Central. The 7th seed was Siouxland Christian. The 8th seed was Westwood Sloan. And then the 9th seed was your phenomenal, ranked number 146, no wins on the year, Whiting.
Westwood Sloan Whiting game should be a fun one.
Can't wait.
Yeah, kind of hard to read what the actual seeds are, but looks like in Class 1A District 2, George Little Rock is at number 1. Second is South O'Brien. Third is GTRA. Fourth is HMS. 5 is Trinity Christian. 6th is Central Lyon. 7th is Harris Lake Park. Then 8th is MMCRU. And coming in at 9th is Clay Central Everly.
All right, and then we're moving on to Class 2A now. In District 1, got first seed Boyden Hall, 2 seed Sioux Center, 3 seed Unity Christian, 4th seed Sibley Ocheyedan, 5th seed is Okoboji, and 7th seed is West Lyon.
Alright, then for District 2, the 1 seed is Forest City, the 2 seed is Lake Mills, the 3 seed was Pocahontas area, the 4 seed was Esterville Lincoln, the 5 seed was Emmitsburg, the 6 seed was Manson Northwest Webster.
Alright, then moving on to Class 2A, District 15. The first seed is OABCIG. Second seed is East Sac County. Third seed is Alta Aurelia. Fourth seed is Kemper Catholic Carroll. This is fifth. Fifth seed is MBAOCOU. Thought that MMCRU had a lot. And then 6th seed is Missouri Valley.
And in District 16, we have 1st seed West Sioux, 2nd seed Western Christian, 3rd seed Rock Valley, 4th seed Cherokee, 5th seed Sheldon, and rounding it out is Hinton.
All right, there's the districts for the coming up tournament. Finally came out. Super excited. And taking a look at the overall rankings at this point, we have, looks like George Little Rock coming in 2nd in 1A. And then behind them in Northwest Iowa, we got South O'Brien at 4th. And not a lot else after that.
Remsen St. Mary's at 21st, but it's quite a ways down there.
Yeah, and Central Lyon fell out of the top 25.
Finally, after 2 weeks of being in. For 2A, we got Boynton Hall at number 2. We got Western Christian at number 5. Sioux Center at number 7. Haywarden at number 9. Unity at number 10. Rock Valley at number 14. And then Sibley sneaking in there at 23rd. That's a lot of Northwest Iowa teams competing for 2A.
It is definitely going to be tough to get out of the Northwest Iowa to get the state into a.
We're going to be represented very well, and the records going into state are not going to be pretty. I mean, if Sioux Center goes in, they'll be like 13 and like 8.
Yeah, and didn't post 3A this week since MLC Floyd Valley fell out, and that's our only 3A team. So, taking a look at the scoring leaders now, looking like Cade Bleeker still at first, and I don't think he's moving anywhere, at 21.5 points per game. And looks like the freshman Lucas Lorenzen still in that list at 14.4 points a game. He's going to have a bright future. And let's take a look at the upcoming games. So, let's start at the top with Boynton Hall. Looks like, is this the final week?
What?
Is this the final week of the regular season?
Yeah.
This is the final week. So, rounding this will be finishing out everyone's season. First off, on the 4th, Boynton Hall will take on Rock Valley.
Are we predicting these games?
We can.
I don't care.
Let's do it.
I'll take Boynton Hall and the rest of their games. Although this game will be the toughest game remaining in the schedule since it's at Rock Valley, but I just see Boynton Hall coming out on top. Not by much, though, but they'll come out on top.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, I am from Rock Valley, but Boynton Hall has got some tremendous athletes.
We had a Rock Valley coach talk a little trash about our podcast, so you can never go for Rock Valley. You guys think?
That's
at least this game.
Oh,
sure.
The over-under is 17 points, so I'd say give me Boynton Hall for that one. And then...
Obviously, they're going to take it to Sheldon and Okoboji to end their season.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't really see any chance for Sheldon or Okoboji to beat Boynton Hall.
Especially when it's above 25 points each game.
And then next up, we have George Little Rock. They're ending their season with Sibley Ocheyedan and then Rock Valley. I see George Little Rock taking both of those. The over-under for Sibley is 20. Over-under for Rock Valley is 13. And I don't see either of those teams taking down George Little Rock.
I don't see either one taking down, but Rock Valley is going to give them a shot since it's at Rock Valley, but it's only a 13-point spread. Could be closer than what you expect. We'll have to wait and see. But give me George, not Rock Valley. 0-3.
I can see them beating Sibley by either 20 or more points, but it is a 13-point spread against Rock Valley. It could be a closer game than what you expect, but I'll still have to take George for this one. George is too good.
I thought you said 200-point spread. I was like, whoa.
We're going above and beyond.
That'd be us against Whiting, but so then we move on.
Northland and Whiting.
Oh, give me that matchup. Then we have Sioux Center. They're rounding it out with Rock Valley and Sheldon. Who do we got for those games?
I got Rock Valley for the first game, but then I got Sioux Center for that second game.
Yeah, we'll probably end up heading to the Rock Valley Sioux Center matchup, but I could talk myself into Rock Valley winning, but after the comments from their coach, I'm gonna go with Sioux Center.
I got Sioux Center on this one. After watching their press, I just feel like Rock Valley's not going to be able to handle it. Give me Sioux Center.
And then Sheldon, I don't really think there's too much competition there. Sioux Center's gonna take that one by 15 plus.
It's going to be a rough game, but yeah, I think it's 15 plus easy.
It says 17-point spread. I think they're going to be it by 20 plus.
For some reason, I feel like that Sioux Center is going to take Sheldon by more than that. Next up, we have Rock Valley. I think we already talked about all their games. They're going 0-3 this week. But yeah, they have a really tough schedule to finish off the season. They could end up with their overall record being 12-9 because of how tough their schedule is to finish the season.
But their schedule is tough towards the end of the season, but that could also be a positive thing for when it gets to district play, because the tough teams you play, you know how to match up and what to do against them. So once it happens there, then you know what to do, so you don't panic. Then you can come out on top and come out of the district.
Yeah, Rock Valley, with their latest teams in mind heading into the playoffs, will be Georgia Rock, Boynton Hall, and Sioux Center. So that's really going to help them when they go up against the really tough team Hinton, and then probably Western Christian after that.
And then if they come out of Western, they'll probably have to deal with West Sioux.
Definitely.
That's a tough way to get a state.
Yeah.
You see how many games in a row that is? That's 3, and then they get a break with Hinton, and then they have 2.
That's 5. That's 5 out of 6 games right there. And then if they come out of the district, you know how much that's going to help them at state.
All right, moving on from Rock Valley, we have MLC Floyd Valley finishing their season with Central Lyon, Spencer, and West Lyon.
That Spencer game, they're going to drop one to the Spencer. It's at home, but Spencer's really tough enough in the A. They're 13-5. Took down Western. I just don't see MLC pulling this one off.
I see them going 2-1 in the last 3 games.
Me as well.
I see them beating Central Lyon. Yes, I do see them losing to Spencer, and then West Lyon it might be closed, might not, but I still see MLC coming out of that one.
Yeah, they're an 8-point favorite against Central Lyon, but I can see that being a lot more. And then Spencer's a 5-point favorite, but I feel like that could be a close one. I can talk myself into MLC winning that one, but I think Spencer will take that one. And then lastly, West Lyon is supposed to be a 5-point game, and yeah, that one's kind of a toss-up, so I think I'd still take MLC in that one. And then we have Sibley Cheaton finishing their season out with Georgia Rock and Central Lyon. Obviously, it's not much of a argument that Georgia Rock's going to take down Sibley, as we said earlier. And they're only a 9-point favorite against Central Lyon, but yeah, give me Sibley for that one.
I'll take Sibley.
I got Sibley too.
And they just gave Rock Valley all they could handle, so maybe they'll end it with a win against Central Lyon. And then West Lyon, they finish with Bogie and MLC. We went over the MLC one, but that West Lyon Okoboji one should be a good one. That's a 2-hour drive for Okoboji, so.
And then West Lyon is a fairly tough place to play in. So I'm going to take West Lyon for that one, and then I said I'd take MOC for that game.
I'll take West Lyon as well.
And then we got.
Actually, no, I'm taking Okoboji.
Okay. We got a mind change over here. And then, yeah, Okoboji finishing their season off. Already talked about West Lyon and Boynton Hall. I can
see them beating Boynton Hall.
I can see them beating West Lyon, but not Boynton Hall. There's no way. Unless there's like 5 injuries coming out of Boynton Hall, but.
Or if we pick up a random coach from Rockville, then we might lose.
And then Central Lyon finishing their season now. It's against a bunch of middle of the pack Siouxland teams with MLC and Sibley Cheaton.
Yeah, they might pick up their second Siouxland win.
I don't see them picking out any wins this week. And then
Sibley just too tough.
Lastly, Sheldon finishes out with Boynton Hall and Sioux Center.
What a great way to end the year.
But at least they got that dub over Central Lyon.
Off a ball, but give them it.
But yeah, that's the games coming up. So moving on.
Bracketology now?
I think we do have bracketology right now.